Hello, welcome back to Galactic Reviews, and we watched the movie Twisters. My thoughts on the movie was I thought it was all right. I thought most of it was good. I thought the cinematography was good. The music was good. The CGI I thought was great for the twisters and everything that they were doing. I thought the score was all right, and I thought the side characters were okay. I just did not care that much for the main. I found her to be, I don't know what the best way to say this is, but her character really didn't have any any flaws. Like, she never made mistakes. She was always right. In the moments where she was wrong, it was because it never people character side characters affirmed that it wasn't her fault that she was wrong. And it was told that it wasn't her fault. We never got to see any character growth from the character. So, and there was no struggle for the character to overcome besides traumatic stress, not like getting better in any way. I didn't like her, but I liked everything else, most everything else throughout the movie. And I didn't even hate the actress. I just hated that part of the writing that was done for that character. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I don't know how much this is similar to the original Twister movie. I haven't seen the original Twister movie, so this might be very similar. And some things might make sense about the way that they did her character as kind of like an homage to what they did in the first Twister movie. I don't know. I just didn't like that aspect at all of her character. Yeah, that's all I got.
Zach,
Uh, you want to go or do you want me to?
I'll go.
Okay.
This movie was better than I expected it to be. I wasn't expecting anything great. I do remember I saw the original one a very long time ago, and I remember I liked it. I thought it was just a good movie. Um, and I was like, okay, a kind of a sequel, like over a decade or so later. I was not expecting much. But it surprised me. I enjoyed it more than I thought. I'll give it a 7 at the bat. I think my biggest the soundtrack was fantastic. I love the soundtrack. But that's also the kind of music I'd listen to. And I had listened to some of the songs even before I saw the movie. Because yeah, some of the artists I like, I knew were featured on it, so I listened to their songs. I think my biggest problem with it was the acting was either pretty good or really bad, and there was not really much in between. There were some lines that were just awful. There were some moments with the same actors that was a really good acting. I don't know why they cast the actress that they did for the mom. She didn't deliver a single good line. Um, Even when she was kind of doing a whole Mulan thing with the "Can you stay forever" vibe, even it was just very stale acting. Especially when like her daughter came home after not seeing her, she was like, "What are you doing here?" Bad acting. Other than that, I would say I disagree about the main character not having obstacles because she had some pretty strong trauma with the fact that she directly caused the deaths of three of her best friends, including her like boyfriend.
I get that, but like,
That's pretty severe trauma.
yeah, and I get that. What I'm saying is she had no character flaws. Like, her
Yeah.
character didn't grow, and that was the main problem for me. Like, the trauma part was okay. I was okay with that. And that actually made sense for a lot of things that she did. But as far as like the character growth, I there was none. And that was kind of part of me that took me out of the movie because
Yeah, she kind of,
she
yeah, I guess I could
she
see that.
never
It didn't,
really she never really grew, and her character was mostly affirmed throughout the movie as always being correct and never being challenged at all. And
I can
yeah,
definitely see those aspects. Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah, I can
the
see it.
part that irked me the most was like the beginning part when like this coworker has something on the monitor and says we should do this according to procedure, and then she just walks in and the boss says, what do you think? Like, he's not standing right there, like this is his job.
You're right. Yeah,
And
I
then
guess.
another thing is when the Glenn Powell's character, I think, I don't remember his name, but when he's going up against the main, he's usually always following her on her assumptions. And then the one time he goes on his own assumption, he's wrong and she's right. So when
I
he's gone
guess
to school and she hasn't. So I'm
no, she did.
not for this.
Yes, she did.
No, she did. I don't think she
She was
finished
working on
though.
her
Oh, okay,
PhD.
okay.
Yeah, that was the only difference.
Well, okay. Then I stand correct. Well, he's finished schooling. She hadn't. My, the point is kind of still there, but I'm sorry,
Well,
I missed
he had
that.
a bachelor's degree and she had a master's working on a doctorate.
Oh, I thought he also had a master's.
Oh, he might have. I might have blanked on that.
I do not know. I don't remember
I
that.
thought he finished. I thought he said he finished and got a something in meteorology.
Something in meteorology.
So I could be wrong on that.
I do
So
not remember.
I don't
Anyways,
either.
I guess they were setting up her character to be more of like a tortured genius kind of character.
Yeah, and
But
that
normally
could
those
have
characters, you're right, do come with like character flaws such as like hubris,
like somewhat
pride,
overconfidence of
ego.
like not needing to
Yeah,
know all the data and whatever, and like just going off of
yeah.
instinct and then
Hers was
realizing,
lack
oh
of
no,
confidence, I guess. But yeah, the person at the very beginning of the
Yeah.
movie, the person at the end of the movie, kind of were the same people.
yeah,
She just had,
like
I
nothing
guess,
changed, and
yeah, she just had, I guess, better confidence at the
yeah,
end.
we were just witnessing
Um,
the experience, nothing
Other
else.
than that, the thrill of it was good. The CGI, the tension that you felt during those hurricanes, they nailed that pretty well, especially I think like mirroring scenes from like the first movie. More people died in this than I expected. A lot more died
Yeah,
than I expected.
I think a lot more people died in this than the first movie. I think in the first movie
But it made
there
me
was
very
only a handful.
nostalgic. Yeah, it made me very nostalgic for the Twister ride that they used to have at Universal.
I didn't know they had a ride.
They used to. It was more of like an experience where like they it was like a walkthrough, but then you'd stand in
Okay.
front of like a mock set where they'd have like a simulated hurricane come down,
Hmm.
or tornado come down. It would get really windy and thunder and lightning.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Kind of like the Indiana Jones show, but for Twister.
I love the stupid Indiana Jones show.
Overall, it surprised me. I did get hyped and did get excited. It made me go, man, tornadoes are cool and scary. But other than that, yeah, it's just kind of like a fine movie, and it surprised me with its overall plot and production. Thought it was going to be a little bit worse than it was. So, yeah, it's a decent seven. The music, my hype with the music probably pulled that from a six.
From a 6 to a 7, just the music alone.
Yeah, I really like the soundtrack.
The soundtrack was very good. I really enjoyed that from this movie.
It was definitely made for me.
Just you specifically.
Yes, take it
I like
away.
that. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a good sequel, or continuation of the first movie. One of the things I didn't really care for was I'm still not 100% sure. Was her mother the same, supposed to be
No,
the same woman? No, she just
I
happened to
checked
have,
that while watching it. They were not the same actress.
well, I knew they're not the same actress, but she
I
has
don't
the
think they had the
picture
same
from,
name either.
well, the thing is, she has a picture from the cast
Uh,
of the first movie on the wall. They showed that, and
I
it was a
guess she
picture
was
of the
supposed to
original
be.
cast. So I wasn't sure if she was like supposed to be a like have known them or something. It That's the only thing I was a little confused with. I could have just like not paid attention and had it have it wrong, but um
I mean, if that's the case, then that might explain the not her sort of affinity for storms and stuff.
yes, but the thing is her mother, I don't remember her being, I mean, a character unless they got a different actress to play the mother from the first movie, which is possible. But even then, they probably should have made a comment about her from the first
Like,
movie.
made it a little bit more obvious.
Yeah, besides just you see the picture on the wall. Um,
I didn't notice that.
Besides what you guys have already said, that's really the only problem I had, other problem I had with this movie. Was I believe that was the picture from the original cast. Other than that, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was interesting. It was great, more modern setting for Twister. So I really enjoyed that. I watch Twister about once every year. It's just a really fun movie that I enjoy to watch. So I really like this one. I would give this a 7 out of 10 as well. It had a lot more deaths. The beginning of the movie was a lot, I don't want to say more intense than the first movie. They both lost family members or friends in the beginning of each of the movies. But I think this one was far more intense than the last one with losing people.
I mean, it made sense for at the beginning, especially what they were trying to go with the main character, with the sort of
Well,
trauma.
since you haven't seen it, in the first movie, the original movie, the main character of that movie is also a woman, and they get a tornado warning or a twister,
Would have been a
yeah,
tornado
twister
warning.
warning,
Tornado
warning.
warning.
No, no, I'm going with Twister now.
Twister.
That's it's the name of the movie. That's what I'm going with right now. Um, anyways, they get a warning. It's not that far away from her house. She's about 8, 10 years old. So they run to their bunker. It passes over the house and then over the bunker, and the latch for the doors and the hinges start to shake to come off. Her father goes to like make sure it stays shut. It rips off the hinges and sucks him out.
Nice.
And she decides to chase after tornadoes to figure out why, so she can help people have more understanding of tornadoes, so they can have more research to give us quicker updates and warnings before they actually happen.
Well, they must have failed
Um,
because otherwise this movie wouldn't have happened. So,
I mean, they didn't. They used the same somewhat that was the other thing. They used pretty much the same technology from the first movie in the beginning of this movie with the little orbs they shot up into the um
Little spinny orbs.
yeah.
yeah. Those were the same. They developed those at the end of the original movie to gather more detailed data.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm like, I have no idea. Um, like if there's any supposed to be any like relation between
So it's more like a sequel than it is a direct sequel.
yeah, yeah. So
Direct sequel.
yeah, but unlike in the original movie, the main character that lost her father continued grew up to chase storms, while in this movie she lost her friends and decided to quit.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this week on Galactic Reviews. We hope you enjoyed Twister. Let us know how you thought of it. Um, I would like to see Glenn Powell in more challenging roles. That would be great. I saw someone fan cast him as Booster Gold. That'd be pretty cool. But other than that, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment if there's a specific movie you want to watch. The more obscure, the better. That'd be cool. Throw us a movie that we've never even heard of. Other than that, join us next time when we do Alien Romulus. I'm quite looking forward to that movie. I really like the original. It should be a fun time. I'm gonna try to get some of those motion seats that they have now. Join us next time.